me. I was in jail paying all my members' bonds. Who keep it real is me. You blew the LCI, went to the pen. You might ran across me. Your paperwork clean, you know.
This is the same guy who went from wearing basic jewelry to walking around with chains that cost more than the average house. Today, we're breaking down every single piece he owns, from his very first chain all the way to his most recent $300,000 purchase. Trust me, these prices are going to shock you. What makes Pooh Shiesty's collection so impressive isn't just the amount of money he's dropped, it's how strategic every single purchase has been. Each piece tells a story of his journey from the streets of Memphis to hip-hop royalty, and watching his taste evolve is honestly something worth studying. Let's start with Pooh Shiesty's first major piece, because this is where his obsession with jewelry truly began. For those who aren't familiar, Pooh Shiesty is the Memphis rapper who exploded onto the scene around 2020 with hits like Back in Blood, featuring Lil Durk. But before the fame and the millions, he was just another young artist trying to grind his way through the competitive Memphis rap scene. That city has always been a powerhouse for raw talent, giving us legends from 3 6 Mafia to Yo Gotti. But breaking through on a national level is a completely different challenge. That's where Gucci Mane stepped in and changed everything. Gucci has always had an incredible eye for talent, and as soon as he heard Pooh Shiesty's music, he knew he had to sign him to 1017 Records immediately. However, Gucci didn't just offer him a standard record deal. He welcomed him into the family the right way. When Gucci Mane signed Pooh Shiesty, he didn't just hand him a contract, he gave him a seat at the table. He gave him his first real piece of jewelry, that iconic 1017 chain representing Gucci's label. This wasn't just any ordinary chain, either. This piece is estimated to be worth around $100,000. And for a long time, it was Pooh Shiesty's signature look. The chain features the 1017 logo dripping in diamonds, but the craftsmanship is what truly sets it apart. It was crafted by one of Atlanta's premier jewelers who specializes in custom hip-hop pieces. We're talking about VS1 diamonds, set in 18-karat white gold, with every single letter perfectly iced out using a precise pave setting technique. The logo itself is roughly 3 inches wide and 2 inches tall, holding over 200 individual diamonds. The Cuban link chain supporting the pendant is just as substantial, measuring about 18 inches long with 12 millimeters wide links. Each link is individually hand-set with smaller diamonds to create a continuous sparkle. The total weight of this piece is estimated to be between 25 and 30 carats. What makes this chain even more significant is that it represented a massive turning point in his life. One day he's grinding in Memphis, dealing with the struggles of trying to make it in the industry. The next day, he's wearing $100,000 around his neck, gifted by one of the biggest names in hip-hop history. You can see how much this meant to him in all his early music videos. He wore it with so much pride because it was proof that his hard work had finally paid off. Before we go further into his jewelry evolution, it's important to understand where Pooh Shiesty actually comes from. Memphis has a unique rap culture that stands apart from places like Atlanta, New York, or LA. The city has a raw, authentic sound rooted in real street experiences. Growing up there, Pooh Shiesty saw firsthand how jewelry could instantly shift someone's status and image. In the South, especially in cities like Memphis, your jewelry game is taken seriously. It isn't just about looking good, it's about proving that you've actually made it out of the environment you came from. Now, let's talk about how Pooh Shiesty was actually able to afford all this ice. At the time, his earnings were sitting around $70,000. While that might sound like a lot of money to most people, in the high-end jewelry world, that's barely enough to get you started with the serious pieces. But here's the crazy part. Even with relatively limited funds, he was incredibly smart about his investments. He understood that image is everything in this industry, and that having the right jewelry could catapult his career to the next level. Whether you're performing at clubs, doing interviews, or shooting music videos, the jewelry you wear communicates your level of success before you even say a word. In hip-hop, there's an unspoken rule that your jewelry must reflect your status. If you're claiming to be successful but you're wearing basic pieces, people definitely notice. Pooh Shiesty understood this psychology early on, which is why he was so strategic about every purchase, even when his budget was tight. After receiving that first chain from Gucci Mane, he decided it was time to level up his watch game. His first major timepiece purchase was a diamond Cartier watch worth $40,000. This wasn't just any regular Cartier either. Gang, we're talking about a fully iced-out Cartier Santos, or possibly a tank model with diamonds covering the entire bezel and dial. Cartier has been crafting luxury watches since 1904, and their reputation in the industry is legendary. When you buy a Cartier, you're buying over a century of watchmaking expertise. The specific model Pooh Shiesty chose features a Swiss quartz movement, which is incredibly accurate and reliable. But what really makes this piece stand out is the diamond work. The bezel contains roughly 2 to 3 carats of VS1 diamonds, each one individually hand-set. The dial might also feature diamond hour markers, replacing the traditional Roman numerals Cartier is famous for. You could see him wearing this watch in multiple Instagram posts and music videos during this period. The way the diamonds catch the light is absolutely incredible, and it quickly became one of his go-to pieces for important events and photo shoots. In the hip-hop world, your watch game is just as important as your chain game, and this Cartier proved that Pooh Shiesty understood that. The watch features a stainless steel case with a leather strap, but the diamond setting elevates it to a completely different level. For someone just starting to build a collection, this Cartier was the perfect choice. It proved he had actual taste and wasn't just buying flashy jewelry without any substance. As Pooh Shiesty's income grew from music, streaming royalties, and show fees, he decided to make a major statement. He bought matching Big Bird chains for himself and his close associate, Big 30. Each of these chains cost $150,000, that's $300,000 total for just 2 pieces. These weren't your average chains either. The blurred design is all about creating an optical illusion with the diamonds, making the entire piece look like it's shimmering and moving as you look at it. This technique requires incredibly precise setting, where each stone is positioned to catch the light at different angles to create that mesmerizing effect. The chains use 18-karat white gold as a base and are completely covered in VVS diamonds. We're likely looking at 50 to 60 carats of diamonds per chain. The pendants feature their signature design, likely their initials or a custom logo, and the Cuban link chain itself is roughly 20 to 22 inches long, with links that are nearly an inch wide. The blurred effect is achieved through a combination of different diamond cuts and specialized setting techniques. By mixing round brilliant cut diamonds with baguette cuts and arranging them in a specific pattern, the jeweler creates a sense of movement and depth. When light hits the piece, the different facets reflect at various angles, resulting in an incredible shimmer that's almost hypnotic. What made this purchase even more significant is that Pooh Shiesty bought one for Big 30. That kind of loyalty is rare in this industry. It's the "when I eat, the team eats" mentality. Big 30 has been there since the beginning, and getting matching $150,000 chains was like cementing their brotherhood in diamonds. This move also showed that Pooh Shiesty was thinking strategically about his brand. Having matching pieces for his crew creates a unified aesthetic that looks high-end in music videos and photos. It signals a level of organization and success that goes beyond just one person. Now, this is where the story takes a turn, and it's perhaps the most important part of understanding how Pooh Shiesty could afford his massive post-prison jewelry collection. Pooh Shiesty ended up going to prison, but while he was locked up, something happened with his music career that most people don't fully realize. His tracks weren't just maintaining their popularity, they were exploding. Songs like Back in Blood were getting massive radio play across the country, with stations from New York to Los Angeles spinning his tracks multiple times a day. Every time a song plays on terrestrial radio, the artist earns performance royalties through organizations like ASCAP and BMI. But that was just the beginning. His streaming numbers were skyrocketing on platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. We're talking about millions of streams every month, with each one generating revenue. While individual streaming payouts might seem small, the numbers get serious very quickly when you multiply them by millions of plays. His music was also taking over social media content and TikTok, generating additional publishing royalties. On top of that, music supervisors were licensing his tracks for movies, TV shows, and commercials, creating even more revenue streams. The money was literally piling up while he was in no position to spend it. Artists like Pooh Shiesty make money from various sources: album sales, streaming royalties, publishing deals, performance royalties, and merchandising. Even while he was locked up, every time one of his songs played on the radio, got streamed on or was used in digital content, he was getting paid. His management team and record label were smart about maximizing these opportunities while he was away. They kept his name in the media, released carefully selected tracks, and maintained his fanbase by the time he was released. He had accumulated enough money to completely transform both his lifestyle and his jewelry collection. When Pooh Shiesty came home, his first major purchase was a rose gold Richard Mille watch worth $400,000. That's when you know someone's money has reached a serious level, because Richard Mille watches are in a completely different league. Richard Mille watches are often called the Ferraris of the watch world, but even that comparison doesn't quite do them justice. These aren't just timepieces. They are pieces of engineering art that push the boundaries of what's possible in watchmaking. The brand was founded in 2001 with the goal of creating the ultimate luxury sports watch, and they've succeeded beyond imagination. The rose gold model that Pooh Shiesty copped features their signature tonneau case shape, which is immediately recognizable from across the room. And this isn't just about aesthetics. The tonneau shape is ergonomically designed to fit the wrist perfectly while providing maximum comfort. What really makes a Richard Mille so expensive, though, is the incredible technology inside. We're talking about materials borrowed from Formula One racing, aerospace engineering, and cutting-edge manufacturing. The case itself is often crafted from materials like carbon TPT, quartz TPT, or forged carbon substances that are incredibly lightweight yet stronger than steel. The movement, which is visible through the dial, is a work of art in its own right. Richard Mille movements are frequently made from titanium and other exotic materials, with components machined to tolerances measured in microns. Through the transparent dial, you can actually watch the intricate mechanics working in real time, from the oscillating balance wheel to the turning gears. The rose gold case adds a warm, luxurious feel that stands out from the sea of white gold and platinum pieces everyone else is wearing. Rose gold has become the go-to choice for celebrities who want something that looks expensive yet unique. The specific shade of rose gold used by Richard Mille has a higher copper content, giving it a distinctive color that looks incredible in photos. At $400,000. This watch costs more than most people's houses, but for Pooh Shiesty, it was a statement that he's operating on a completely different level. You can see him flexing this piece in his recent music videos and Instagram posts, and it's quickly become one of his signature accessories. It's also a smart investment, as Richard Mille pieces often appreciate in value over time. But wait, it gets even crazier. He also copped a rose gold Patek Philippe worth another $400,000. Now, Patek Philippe is widely considered the holy grail of luxury watches. This is a company that has been crafting timepieces since 1839, and their reputation is literally unmatched in the industry. These are the kind of watches that get passed down through generations and often increase significantly in value. When you buy a Patek, you're not just buying a watch. You're buying a piece of horological history. The rose gold Patek that Pooh Shiesty picked up is likely either a Nautilus or an Aquanaut model, both of which are incredibly difficult to acquire and come with massive waiting lists. The Nautilus, designed by the legendary Gerald Genta, is considered one of the most beautiful sports watches ever created. Even for established customers, the waiting list for a new Nautilus can be 5 to 10 years. The fact that he was able to get his hands on one shows exactly what kind of connections his jeweler has in the luxury watch world. Patek Philippe is incredibly selective about who they sell to, and securing an allocation for their most sought-after models requires serious industry relationships. Every Patek movement is entirely hand-finished, a process that can take months to complete. Each component is polished to perfection using Swiss watchmaking techniques passed down through generations. Complications like moon phases, date displays, and chronographs are engineered to function flawlessly for decades or even centuries. The rose gold case on this Patek is crafted from 18-karat gold mixed with copper to achieve that signature warm tone, featuring multiple stages of polishing and brushing to create distinct textures. The dial may even showcase unique patterns, such as the famous tropical dials the brand is known for. By owning both a Richard Mille and a Patek Philippe, Pooh Shiesty is covering every corner of the luxury watch world. The Richard Mille represents the modern, sporty side of high-end horology, while the Patek displays classic, timeless elegance. It's like owning both a Lamborghini and a Rolls-Royce, different tools for different occasions. Combined, these two watches represent $800,000 on his wrist alone. That is more money than most people will see in a lifetime, just sitting on his arm. Make sure to hit that subscribe button before we continue to see his most expensive custom piece yet. Now, let's get into one of his most personal items, the custom Shiesty chain that literally has his name on it. This piece cost $300,000 and was crafted by the renowned jeweler Wafi, who is famous throughout the hip-hop world for creating some of the most incredible custom jewelry. We're talking about the same craftsman who designs chains for A-list artists like Drake, Future, and Lil Baby. When you go to Wafi, you're getting a unique piece that simply cannot be replicated. His Atlanta workshop is essentially a temple for high-end jewelry, where master craftsmen work on million-dollar pieces every single day. The process of creating a custom piece like this begins with detailed consultations regarding the design, materials, and timeline. Wafi works directly with the artists to capture their vision before translating those ideas into technical specs for his team. This specific Shiesty chain features Pooh Shiesty's name in his signature font, completely iced out in diamonds. This isn't just a set of letters. The design fully incorporates his personal style and aesthetic. Each letter is likely 2 to 3 inches tall and packed with hundreds of individual diamonds. The font choice alone probably took weeks to perfect to ensure it looks great from every angle and photographs, well under different lighting. The chain itself is a Cuban link, custom sized to perfectly balance the weight of the pendant. It's likely crafted from 18-karat white gold featuring VS1 diamonds throughout, with the links measuring around 15 millimeters wide and finished in a detailed paved diamond setting. The total carat weight on this piece is likely between 80 and 100 carats when you combine the pendant and the chain. Each diamond was individually selected for color and clarity to ensure perfect consistency across the entire design. What makes this chain so special is that it's completely unique to Pooh Shiesty. Nobody else can wear a piece like this because it literally has his name on it. It's the ultimate form of personalized luxury, and at a $300,000 price tag, it's a serious investment in his brand and image. The technical execution here is incredible. The letters had to be engineered for structural integrity while still maintaining an elegant look. The diamond setting required master-level craftsmanship to ensure every stone is secure without compromising the overall aesthetic. You can see this chain in almost all of his recent appearances, and it has truly become his signature piece. When fans see that Shiesty chain, they immediately know who it belongs to. However, the most recent addition to his collection might be the most impressive yet, a diamond grill from Johnny Deng, worth $300,000. Johnny Deng is widely considered the king of grills in hip-hop. A Vietnamese immigrant who arrived in Houston with nothing, he built an empire by creating custom dental jewelry for the industry's biggest stars, including Travis Scott, Quavo, and Paul Wall. When rappers want the absolute best, they make the pilgrimage to his shop in Houston. A $300,000 grill isn't just a basic set of diamond fronts. We're talking about a full set, top and bottom, with flawless diamonds covering every single tooth. The process of creating a piece like this begins with detailed dental impressions and can take months to finish. Each tooth is individually molded to fit Pooh Shiesty's mouth perfectly before being covered in VS1 diamonds, hand-set by master jewelers. The diamonds used for grills are cut specifically for dental jewelry. They differ from standard stones because they must withstand the unique environment of the mouth, including constant moisture, temperature shifts, and acidity. This grill likely features a total of 15 to 20 carats, with every single diamond hand-picked for its color and clarity. Johnny Deng's reputation is built on using only the highest quality stones, so every diamond in this set is virtually flawless. The setting technique is also highly specialized. The stones must be secure enough for eating and talking while still providing maximum sparkle. The base of the grill is crafted from precious metals, likely platinum or 18-karat gold, which are biocompatible and safe for long-term wear. A perfect fit is essential, as even the slightest discomfort would make the piece unwieldy. What makes this purchase so significant is that a grill is perhaps the most personal type of jewelry you can own. While you can easily take off a chain or a watch, a grill becomes a permanent part of your smile and how you express yourself during a performance. For $300,000, Pooh Shiesty is quite literally changing the way he looks whenever he speaks. But here is the truly brilliant part of his approach. Many of these pieces are actually solid investments. Patek Philippe watches often appreciate in value, and Richard Mille pieces hold their worth incredibly well. Even custom work from renowned jewelers like Wafi can become highly collectible items. What's truly remarkable about Pooh Shiesty's jewelry journey is how it reflects his career progression and the broader culture of hip-hop success. He went from receiving his very first chain as a gift to spending $400,000 on a single watch. It's the kind of success story unique to hip-hop, where authentic talent can translate into generational wealth. The fact that he was able to accumulate millions while incarcerated shows how effectively his team managed his finances and his career. Instead of slowing him down, his time away gave him the opportunity to plan his next moves and return stronger than ever. When he came home and immediately began making these massive jewelry purchases, it sent a clear message. Prison didn't break him. It only made him more determined to succeed. Pooh Shiesty's collection represents more than just personal achievement. It's become a part of the culture. Young artists see what he's wearing and set their own goals accordingly, as his choices influence trends throughout the entire hip-hop jewelry world. Ultimately, Pooh Shiesty's collection is a testament to what's possible when talent meets opportunity. From that first chain from Gucci Mane to his recent $300,000 grill, every piece marks a milestone in his journey from the streets of Memphis to international success. Accumulating over $10 million in jewelry so early in his career suggests that his success is only just beginning. For young artists watching, his jewelry game highlights the importance of investing in your image while remaining smart with your money. He didn't just buy random expensive items. He chose pieces that enhance his brand, signal his level of success, and potentially grow in value. Speaking of success stories, there are so many other artists with incredible collections that we need to cover. Make sure you're subscribed, because we have plenty of upcoming content that will blow your mind with these numbers.